the first obstacle you probably know is the occupancy was so low that I couldn't get your regular conventional financing from a big Wells Fargo or Bank of America or even big brokers. They and I was too big for the small guys in town. I was too big for the small credit unions. So I ended up talking to a banker that was still local, but was a bigger bank locally. That was Heritage Trust. And they were able to look past the occupancy, look past the all the negatives, and said, there's a lot of potential here. We'll give you a regular conventional financing, 80%, 80-20, 20% down. They didn't even do 25% down. They did 20% down. I think it was real low interest at the time. It was like 4.75. They amortized it a little bit less than what I would have liked, but it is what it is. They did 20-year amortization and 10-year balloon, which worked out well. And what we did was we didn't raise a ton of money to rehab it. We used a lot of the cash flow to rehab it slowly. So like six of the other 12 units that we had, we were able to just spruce up and rent out real quick. So we went from six occupied to 12 occupied within 2 or 3 months.
Nice. So yeah. I've heard different opinions about like using cash flow to rehab or trying to, raise the reserve or raise that budget ahead of time. What are some things you had to think through there to obviously, occupancy of 30%, going in knowing, okay, we're going to use cash flow to pay for that rehab. How did you, what were some things you had to think through to make sure you could do that?
Yeah, the biggest thing was we knew that it was only going to take a little bit of money to get those 6. So instead of going through a draw process or trying to raise it or anything like that, we just said, as soon as we get some cash flow, we'll just $2,000 or $3,000 in one unit up. It was renting right away. I mean, we had lines of people waiting to rent and higher, way higher than what they had it. They had a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1.5 bath townhouse for $650 to $675. We were renting them easily all day long at $850. So that's a significant difference right there. So within 2 or 3 months, we were able to rent those out, and then the cash flow got bigger. The only money that we used that we raised was the 1 8-unit building that needed a total rehab. So that one we kind of raised the capital.